We as plant workers work in such a dangerous place, and as always, we want to keep safety our number one priority before anything. When workers are in the field, they are risking their lives every day. There can never be too much safety. Therefore, I am proposing the carrying of emergency escape respirators on a person at all times while on site. Emergency escape respirators are portable breathing appliances that protect workers from breathing in toxic gases if a release were to occur, which can happen at any time while these workers are in the field, and they do happen a good bit. These emergency escape respirators, they come from the gas mask and the regular face mask respirators, and it's basically a crossbreed between the two, but it's smaller and more compact. They're always kept on sites. However, all sites don't require to have them on at all times. So basically, a lot of sites will have them in their units or in the trucks, wherever the fact that is, but that won't do these workers any good if something happens while they're in the field, because things can happen so quickly. If an emergency were to happen, these emergency escape respirators will allow a worker to make it safely to cover and shelter without breathing in these harmful toxins. The benefits, they have many benefits of these escape respirators. The carrying of emergency escape respirators can easily save someone's life, simply from an office person working out in the parking lot to an operator out in the field. And what I mean by, somebody walking in the parking lot is, you can't forget that if a release occurs, the wind blows and these gases travel. So therefore, if these gases are traveling with the wind, and you have somebody walking in the parking lot, they might not be able to make it inside to shelter to grab themselves a respirator. So if they have that emergency escape respirator on them, then they can just throw it on and make it to safety. Emergency escape respirators are much more convenient than the gas mask or the face respirator, as the gas mask and the face respirator are much more bulky and they can get in the way, and it's not very comfortable to have while out in the field. The emergency escape respirators are small as 4 inches and weigh less than a pound, making them extremely lightweight to carry around. They easily fit into a small bag that can wrap around your waist with a strap. The cost for these escape respirators are right about $20 for a single escape respirator. The only downfall of it is that once it's used one time, it is recommended to get a new one. But no cost is worth someone's life, so that $20 is fairly worth getting a new respirator. So now we're going to talk about putting this emergency escape respirator into action, which when it comes into play, it only takes about 10 seconds. If the time were to come where emergency respirator would be needed, the first step would be removing it from the bag that is around your waist, which would be a Velcro bag. You would then remove the emergency escape respirator from the Ziploc bag that is kept in, so the filter on the respirator stays fresh. You would then want to remove the white cover from the mouthpiece, so you can place the mouthpiece in your mouth and bite down on it to hold it in your mouth. Next, you want to grab the nose clip that is hanging by the string and clip it onto your nose while holding the respirator up with your other hand to, make sure it's in your mouth good. So as that's done, you want to take slow breaths in and out, as this emergency escape respirator isn't meant, it's not an air tank. It's not meant to keep on long. It's meant for emergency situations to get in and get out of there, so to make it to safety. So therefore, it's not really good to use, over an hour. It's best to get out of there as fast as you can. So that goes to, we want to make it safer. So being that safety is always our number one priority, having these escape respirators will enhance the chance of someone's life from breathing in these toxic chemicals that a lot of these plants have. It's small, easily accessible piece of protective equipment is the most it's the most convenient appliance that a worker can have in the field. It's another step to making sure plant workers feel safe while working. And I know as myself, and as this plants, and you hear all these stories, it's nice to feel safe. Every day we drive into the plant gates, we want to make it, back home to our families and our loved ones. We all have someone waiting for us to return home safely from work. So, therefore, that wraps it up. We want to prepare and prevent.